Sweet. We are live, people. Welcome. This is going to be a little bit different, which is super exciting. I love new things. I love seeing and learning new things. This is going to be super cool. So we're going to play The Quiet Year. Just know that we definitely want to give a shout out to Avery Alder, who is the creator and designer, and writer of this system. Plus was a huge part of Monster Hearts 2. So make sure and check that out. Through the stream, I'll at least put it in here. Here, we could do it in the Twitch chat. If you put in the Dark Year, exclamation point, Quiet Year. Quiet Year. You should, yeah, I spelled it right. You should get a link in there that will bring you to the system. Buried Without Ceremony, The Quiet Year. So check it out. We're going to mildly stumble through it and enjoy every moment of it. So we'll go from there. But I'm going to give this all over to Patrick, who's going to be the facilitator tonight. So that we can, because it's kind of everybody plays at the same time, but Patrick will go over a lot more of that because I really have no idea. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen here. So I'm giving it all over to you, sir. It's all yours.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to us playing The Quiet Year, a map-making game created by, of course, Avery Alder, Buried Without Ceremony. I will be tonight's facilitator slash map maker, and joining me for this interesting game are Michael, Kat, Nick, and Marvin.
Yeah, how's it going?
You also notice that on our screen, there is a map. We'll be using Incarnate, the map building software, for the purposes of building our map, since the map is a very crucial element of the Quiet Year. It is how our society is going to thrive or fail when the calamity reaches us at the end of this Quiet Year. So, how this game works is that you play with a deck of cards. I have mine right here that are broken up by suit. Each suit represents the different season of the year. You go through spring to summer to autumn and then finally to winter. And at the end of winter, whenever that might be, is when the calamity arrives, and well, hopefully our society has built up enough to a way to survive this, whatever the calamity might be. So, I shall start off as the facilitator and kind of go through the game briefly for the audience, you as well as for our players who are mostly new to this game. So, I drew, get to the actual thing, oh wait, hold on, I'm jumping ahead of myself. The map, we need to do something with the map first. Where did our settlement land? This is a group question for the group. Where did we end up? Okay. What is nearby us?
Are we going in order?
No. Throw ideas out.
I'm thinking maybe a mountainous area with an elaborate cave system.
Okay, so there's some mountains and some caves nearby.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know how it works, but,
I'm cool with it. How does everybody feel about this?
Sure. Like mountains.
That's cool, but personally I would like some kind of water source nearby as well.
Yeah, gotta have water for your civilization.
Now, do you think there could be an underground spring in the caves?
That could work too.
Could also have a lake or some sort of pond nearby.
Oh,
could also be the ocean,
like Lake Tahoe.
No, it's funny enough you say that, because in the test game that I ran with some of my close friends, we had this exact scenario where we built Lake Tahoe by accident. Because since we are playing a post-apocalyptic setting, it's totally fine to set it in our world. So, are we nearby Lake Tahoe, you guys?
Oh man, keep Tahoe blue. Let's do it.
Well, since it's the apocalypse, it's probably not as blue as it can be.
Yeah, Tahoe's green, glowing now.
A little bit green. Sometimes you fish a two-headed trout.
I could also see a river sort of being.
Yeah, that's cool.
River or lake.
That's
Water.
Oh, hey,
There we
two
go.
sides. Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a. Let's get a river on this. Get a pretty little river somewhere on this
I mean,
map too.
if it's a huge lake, there are rivers coming off of it. Like, I mean, it's
Yeah.
still small at the where it exits the lake, but
Let's see. Let's also add that. Let's.
Right.
I love the software so much. Obviously,
it's
some
pretty
people
nifty.
it is really really cool.
There's an inlet there.
I thought we were going to be drawing with Roll20, and it was just going to be like a nonstop MS Paint situation.
Yeah, I mean, that's fun too. This looks really cool though.
Yeah, there we are. There's some rivers coming out of the mountains, and then of course there's outlets leading down to places unknown.
And what did we also say? There was like a cave or two in the mountains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. So, like,
Cave system.
in case we get attacked, we've got a place to hide out.
It's very useful. Don't know if I have any cave situations here, but let me see if I can find a good icon. There we go. It's that.
Oh,
There's a cave.
Yeah.
Some caves nearby, not necessarily right next to our settlement, but within distance.
Well, you don't know what's in there just yet.
That's true. That is very true. Now, going around, let's each pick something that is on the map. What is a nearby resource for us and for our settlement?
Do we want to go in the order of you, then Michael, then me, then
Sure.
Nick, then Marvin?
Okay.
I'm going to say that I think nearby there's a lot of trees nearby. Whether they're useful or not is a different question. But see, there's some little forests down over here, sort of representing small icons of resources and places nearby.
So we got wood.
Yes. Michael?
forests. Let's throw some mysterious ruins in there.
Ooh, some ruins nearby. Okay.
Yeah, a ruined city or something, and who knows what's in there.
I've got to change my answer now. That was also gonna be mine. No, it's fine. So obviously, I think
Sorry.
it's a good idea, Michael.
That's great minds think alike. But I was like, yeah, we gotta have some. I mean, every
Yeah.
post-apocalyptic or fantasy, you gotta have mysterious ruins.
100%.
Any particular place you want to put them? Kind of nearby the settlements?
I mean, maybe more away from the settlement. Because I mean, if they're mysterious, they got to be isolated. So yeah, that's
course.
good. It's maybe kind of a journey to get to them.
Anything in particular about those ruins that is useful for our society?
Be remnants of lost technology.
Okay. Kat, anything you want to add to this map?
Sure. So near the ruins, but not right next to them, kind of like a respectable distance, is the junkyard of that farmer city, which has
Okay.
some like resources that can be dug for. If that works for everybody, I'm just trying to think of logical things.
It works.
Let's see. What would be
So it's like
good-
it's a good source for like metal and raw materials and all the plastic you could possibly want.
There's you
I
said
don't think they would
nearby.
have put it right next to the river. You know what I mean?
So yeah,
So
probably a little closer up. in the
probably closer to
mountains.
the mountains. Yeah.
Yeah. Where they would
Like
get
they wouldn't want
resources.
it too near their water source, and they wouldn't want it too near the town. You know?
Yeah. It's a respectable distance for a junkyard slash.
Yeah.
Dump.
Yeah.
Nick, how about you?
I don't know. Maybe there's a mineral deposit.
Okay.
Several. I don't know. Who knows?
Let's put that up here. Obviously,
Yeah.
always near water, so there's some minerals nearby. Some ore, possibly.
You mean there's gold in them Dar Hill?
But still looking for the silver
That's-
load.
Quick question about the two rivers.
Yeah.
I'm getting the impression that the one that's near the mineral deposit kind of feeds into the lake, and the
Yeah.
other one goes out of the lake and down the mountains, right?
Yes,
Got
that's
it.
correct.
So the right one is downstream, but the left one is upstream. If that makes sense.
The lake, in relative to the lake, yes, the lake is upstream from the left river, downstream from the right one.
Yeah.
I mean, the right one flows into the lake, the left one flows out of the lake.
Yeah.
Okay, so Marvin, anything you'd like to add to the map?
Yeah, the most important resource we forgot: food.
Okay. So there's food nearby.
Yeah, I would say there's definitely some fish in the lake, but I was also thinking, like, if we want anything other than just straight up fish, there's a couple goats in the mountain, but they're kind of dangerous to get to because that means we would have to track them down through the mountains.
Let's see some good images here.
If that makes sense to everybody.
There
Yeah,
is
I thought you were going to
there's-
talk more about like maybe we're setting up some rudimentary agriculture in this settlement.
That would also be useful as well, if anything can grow out here.
could be a project.
Could be.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But there is animal life and plant life that is edible nearby.
Okay.
and that's down
Yes.
by the lake.
Just a kind of a general
Because I think we can only put out one spot on the map at this point. So I agree with down by the lake being more logical.
Water source, all the animals would go there.
now we have to make a tough choice. Which one of these 5 resources is in abundance? Because everything else would be a scarcity.
Oh man, I mean, food. Or
I think
water.
I'm for abundance of food because the lake has a lot of fish in it.
Let's see that.
Abundance of beasts nearby. That means that we are lacking scrap metal.
Which makes sense. It's probably hard to pick it out amongst all the, horrible refuse.
A lack of
Old
old world
world
tech.
tech.
And that's from the former city, right? Or
Yep.
town. Got it.
Or
Or
Minerals.
Which is probably because it's just we don't have mining equipment.
Or
And-
it's like completely mined out before.
it also means wood is a scarcity.
Hmm.
For some reason, this wood is not usable in our society,
those trees
or
over
there's
there,
not enough good wood left.
those are the only trees we
Or
got.
there's something very dangerous in there.
That's
That
true.
Could be it too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So now we have gotten that out of the way. Now we are drawing cards. I'm going to go first. I drew the 2 of hearts, which everything in Spain will always be hearts. So 2 of hearts, I have an option. First one is there is a large body of water on the map. Where is it and what does it look like? It's already there. Or, because each one will always have 2 options. The second option I have is there's a giant man-made structure on the map. Where is it and why is it abandoned?
So,
I think what it's going to be, it is mining equipment. Old
Ooh.
mine, right where the minerals are.
that makes sense.
It's unusable, ancient from the days of ancient, even times before the apocalypse, ancient to our most oldest people in our society. These things date back to turn of the 19th century, turn of the 20th century.
20th century. Gotcha.
Ancient pieces of mining equipment. Whether it's useful or not is a different question. Then I adjust the project die. Since we don't have any projects ongoing, nothing happens. But if we had something going, we would drop it down to the next one. Basically, you'll see in a second because I'm going to start a project on my action.
Mhm.
Feel like as our action, the first thing we really need to worry about is building defenses for our settlement, building some sort of palisade, something to protect the core of where we all live. So I I think reasonably that should take at least 2 weeks, but since we have a scarcity of good wood, usable wood, I think it should take 3 weeks. Anybody feel that it should take longer, shorter?
I'm fine with that timeline.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Makes sense.
Have to work with what we got, right?
Make sure I spelled correctly. That's going to take us 3 weeks to finish. With that, this week ends and the next one begins. Michael.
Okay, so what card is drawn?
You have the Five of Hearts. First option is, there is a disquieting legend about this place. What is that legend? Or, alarming weather patterns destroy something. What was destroyed and how?
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna go with the disquieting legend. I mean, we already know something is keeping us out of that forest there. I'm gonna say there is some terrifying like monstrosity, some kind of a let's go with like bear. There's some kind of like giant beast bear stalking those woods and just, devours anybody who comes in.
Does it have a name?
Oh man, that'd be a good monster bear name.
Because I have one.
Ooh, something like Ursine Rex. Or what's your idea?
The Old Man of the Woods.
Oh, I love it. I mean, I could also go with Barry, like Barry. Barry the
I don't think
bear.
anybody's gonna take that.
Oh, I
very,
love
very
that.
seriously.
Barry the Bear is.
Oh man, okay. No, yours is so good. How about Barry, aka the Old Man of the Woods? He's like Barry
Yeah.
to his friends, but he's still the Old Man of the Woods.
Barry.
Oh, even better.
Oh,
Barry's
Old
such
man.
a cute little name. I just imagine the first people that run into it. It's like, oh, it's just called Barry. That's not gonna be a big deal. And then it's like the thing from
giant-
Annihilation instead.
Yeah, this humongous bear devouring people.
just
because
huge.
Because this is post-apocalyptic, right?
Yeah.
So it's probably mutated in some way.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Ignoring all laws of our current reality,
Mhm.
anything can happen here.
Maybe even its bite is deadly. So if you like live through it, you die a horrible slow death.
Oh man. Ooh.
It just vents radiation.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Barry, the Old Man of the Woods, a danger to us all.
Maybe it's the reason there's not that many woods left.
Hmm.
Because it's so irradiated, it's like poisoned the surrounding forest area.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like that.
But we don't know just yet.
We don't know.
No, it's good. Okay, so adjust the project dice. So now we're down to 2 weeks.
Indeed, we are. Let me get to this one. There's 2 weeks left on that.
So what does discover something new mean? It's like I put a new thing on the map.
Exactly. You find something new in our area and you add it to the map.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I think instead of starting a project, let's put in like another group that we could like maybe trade with or make an alliance with. Maybe there's a bunch of like mountain people, mountaineers. Sort of a nomadic mountain dwelling tribe, skiing and snowboarding their way across the post-apocalyptic snows.
The
I don't
best
know,
way to
the
get
mountain
around.
folk. Yeah, we don't know too much about them, but like maybe they can, guide us through the mountain, lead us to resources, so they could become allies or enemies possibly if things go badly.
That's very true.
The
We have a
tribe
small group of
skis.
unknown survivors nearby.
Built a whole society based off the John Cusack comedy Better Off Dead.
Yeah, why not? Sure.
That movie has a lot of skiing in it. That's
Oh, okay, and that's one of those '80s classics I have not seen.
Yeah, I'm way older than the rest of you.
Yeah.
Just deal with it.
They revere Hot Tub Time Machine. Okay, so then we're moving on from this week. That brings up the cats.
Okay. Tell me
You
what my
have-
card is.
You have the King of Hearts.
Okay.
First option is a young boy starts digging in the ground and discovers something unexpected. What did he find? Or an old man confesses to past crimes and atrocities. What has he done?
I'm gonna go with the young boy digging up something weird because it's gonna tie into the start of project.
Okay.
And I want to say what they find when they dig it up is like a shiny sort of black panel, and as it gets more unearthed, we discover like solar panels.
Oh,
Hmm.
interesting.
So there might be a way for us to get electricity.
Right.
Whoa.
And that would be relatively near the settlement that's tying into the project that's going to happen.
Yes, it's near our settlements. We have,
Yeah.
there we are. We have some solar panels.
Yeah.
Potentially solar panels.
Potentially solar, if somebody can figure out how to get them functioning.
Exactly.
I don't think that's the project I'm starting though, but right now they're getting unearthed, you know?
And that's another thing. For you and for the audience, if you want to have a long-term plan, you can start multiple projects to sort of link together for a longer-term goal. So,
Oh, so I can like start 2 projects or
well, you can start a project that has, when it
like
hits
another
0.
one tied into it. Yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
So I think probably when this project hits 0, they'll have unearthed a bunch of solar panels, and we'll get to the project in a bit.
Yeah.
Well, I guess really soon. I could just say it now. I don't know why I'm
yeah.
delaying.
Because
Uh,
I'm just gonna make the adjustment on this one here.
So the actual project is that they are plowing fields for agriculture.
Ah, yes.
And in plowing the fields, they found the solar panels.
Exactly.
Okay.
Arms. A lot easier.
Arms.
Farms
how
is
lo-
easier.
How long do you think it's gonna take?
I mean, it takes. Is this just to have the fields available and then planting it as another project, or is this
No,
all
it could be the same
together?
project.
Okay, so if it's the same project, like, I mean, really to yield anything, it's going to take a while.
Of course, but setting the foundations and beginning the process of
Gotcha.
having farmers.
I think to set the foundation's still probably going to take about a month. So I'd give it
Okay.
4.
That's
Does
fair.
that make sense to everybody? Because I
Yeah.
think even if it was all hands on decks, it would take at least that long. I feel like I might be underestimating the amount of time this takes.
No, I think that's a fair estimate. I think 4 weeks for
Okay.
farming is basically you have to find the tools. You have to then plow, and then you have to
Mhm.
start planting the seeds, and then getting people out there on consistent basis to tend it.
Right. And finding things like the scrap metal and old, I think this would fall under old world tech that they needed to find. Probably not the easiest thing to do. So
Yeah, I'd say it's probably more scrap metal because you're making plows are very rudimentary, just sort of
Yeah,
2 pieces
you
of metal
just-
bolted.
so all right, that's my thought. Hopefully I haven't made anybody feel whatever the word is for it.
No, I think that's fine.
Contempt.
Don't worry about
Is it contempt?
I
Contempt.
think it's
Yes.
contempt, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I like it. Solar panels.
Some markings on that one. Okay. So that brings us to Nick. It's finally your turn. You have the 9 of Hearts. 9 of Hearts. First one is a charismatic young girl convinces many to help her with an elaborate scheme. What is the scheme and who joins her endeavors? As part of that one, you can then start a project to reflect it. Immediately doesn't actually count as you doing something later on. So yeah, basically start 2 projects this turn if you like.
Ooh.
Or a charismatic young girl tries to tempt many into a dangerous activity. What is she? But why is she doing this, and how does the community respond?
Jeez. Um. So I can sort of do projects that sort of tie in. Can I do projects that like tie into other projects?
Absolutely, yes.
Mhm.
But you still need to worry about the card first. If that's
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
thinking
but
about.
that I'm thinking sort of. Um. Well, maybe that wouldn't. Okay, elaborate scheme or a dangerous outing or whatever dangerous thing.
Dangerous activity.
Yeah. Um. I think she wants to go to the ruins and sort of. She's got this like idea of like. She heard stories of like, what are they called? Why am I blanking on it? Archaeologists, and she's like, oh, they like discovered, went to like old places and did all these really cool things and discovered things. So I kind of want to see what that's like, and um, so she's trying to sort of get some people together to sort of go to the old city or something, or like an old place. Um, so, which there are a few people that could be interested with that, but I think it's like I think sort of the older generation are like, okay, we can figure that out later, kind of a thing. Right now, we have to sort of figure out our settlement.
So is that viewed as like a dangerous project in your opinion, or the other option?
I think it's more of a dangerous project because there's so many unknowns with the city.
So see people try to go out and try to dig some ruins up, but it was like, we can deal with that later.
And it's kind of like causing a division between the older people and the younger people.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are some of the older ones who maybe even were archaeologists themselves, who were like, "Oh, this could be interesting," kind of a thing. But they're like, "We should figure out shelter first."
Yes, very useful.
Yeah.
But do you think she goes off with a group and does it anyway?
Yeah, I guess that could be a sort of an like, well,
And maybe maybe there's a danger there.
Something they didn't realize was in the ruins.
Right.
Man, they dug too deep.
Great. Now we've got Balrogs up in
Yeah.
this journey. Hope you're happy, kid.
You want Balrogs? That's how we get Balrogs.
Yeah, I think like she did like the weird like she like brought a couple of her friends out there, and but didn't realize there were actual dangers in the old ruins. And they're like, oh,
That's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
You think maybe it's just there might not even be anything there. Maybe it's just the buildings are so old and one of them fell on them, you know?
maybe.
I mean, which makes you lose human resources, which is bad.
True.
At least in the scope of the card, it doesn't say if you're choosing the one where the community responds to this activity, then nothing comes of it just yet.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can start a project.
I mean, it sounds like he went with the
Yeah.
nothing comes of it yet
Okay.
option.
Yeah.
Okay, so it seems that the ruins are off limits, at least for the time being. So, with that, we then tick down all of the different projects. The defense is completed as it reaches 0.
Oh, hooray!
So I think that while we don't have enough wood to build like a full wall around our society, we do have enough to build watchtowers.
Okay.
Okay.
We could build a couple of watchtowers sort of around and near our town to sort of let us have at least some idea of a impending danger that might be coming soon.
Yeah. Or it'd be a tribe of skiers coming down from the mountains, a giant mutant bear coming across the
it'd
river,
Yeah.
Terrifying.
or whatever ungodly abominations lie in the ruins. Imagine
Yeah,
it otherwise.
Yeah, so can we for the time being, we just can't do anything with the ruins? Is that how that card
No.
works?
No,
Okay.
it's just instead of at this particular junction, how our society decided to like maybe we should put the ruins off for a later date.
Gotcha.
Just
Yeah.
not this week, maybe not next week. Whenever we, it's not a like it's off. It's like a hard off limit. Just like at this junction, sticking
Let's
away.
focus.
Gotcha.
Let's
So like
focus
she
on-
really wanted to go, and everybody's like, no, and that's kind of the end
Pretty
of it.
much, yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Like we don't
Yeah,
know what's
let's-
out there, kind of a thing.
Focus on getting ourselves situated first before we go off into the ruins. Like maybe after we're done with the farms.
It's true. But that brings to what's your action for this turn then, Nick? What you doing?
Yeah. What? Like, could we? This might be a very long-term project. Since beasts are in such an abundance, I think maybe a project to try and tame some of them, or like
I mean, I'm here for it.
various reasons. So
Pack animals.
yeah, pack animals, maybe.
Domesticated.
Taming. How long do you think that would realistically take? Kind of between 1 to 6 weeks is the range that
Yeah,
this game likes to work in.
That's
Probably-
helpful information.
Yes,
Yeah.
1 to 6 weeks.
1 to 6 weeks. Okay.
This might be a long-term project, depending, because I mean, we probably have to like find them first, and then sort of train them up, and then you get. So I would say maybe like I think 5 weeks.
Okay. So in 5 weeks, we'll have at least some sort of domesticated animals helping us around town, whether they be dogs or cattle or deer.
Mhm.
I'm really hoping for deer personally.
Ooh.
That's just me. That's just me. I like that idea.
Rideable deer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're big enough.
Not the goats. The skis have claimed them.
I'm gonna put the deer on skis, and we're gonna ski out on ski deers.
Skideers.
Skidoo.
It's a type
a
of
Pokemon.
snowmobile.
Yeah.
Okay. So Marvin,
Okay.
you drew the 8 of hearts. First option is an old piece of machinery is discovered, broken but perhaps repairable. What is it, and what would it be useful for?
Mhm.
Or you found an old piece of machinery, cursed and dangerous. How does your community destroy it?
Ooh, cursed and dangerous.
Don't let's not suggest things to him.
I know. I'm just saying it's okay.
Okay. So, cursed and dangerous is what I'm going for. And we find an unexploded bomb.
Whoa.
Oh, that's dangerous. Yeah.
It's inert. It might be a dud, or it might just be active and didn't go off for some reason. We don't know. But enough people recognize it for what it is. And it's like, no, we cannot have this around us right now. We don't know what the yield is. We don't know if it's not going to go off or it's just waiting for an opportunity. But we need to get rid of this thing somewhere, somehow.
So what do? What does the community do to get rid of this?
I don't know if throwing it in the lake would be a good idea.
Most definitely wouldn't, but
I mean, water's pretty corrosive over time, and we don't know
Which-
what's in that lake water, to be honest.
Mhm.
bomb
might be-
plus lake is a bad idea if it's your food source. Just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, someone fished
I
it up
mean-
by accident.
Yeah, it kills fish. That's free fish for us. What could go wrong?
Yeah.
we're like starting a discussion here. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that-
In fact, this might be my action. A discussion. What the hell do we do with the bomb?
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we can table this for a discussion.
Mhm.
So then, with that being said, let's take down all of our timers. So farming is getting a little bit closer to being completed, and we're making some headway with taming animals nearby.
Awesome.
So, action. What are you gonna do for your turn?
Start a discussion. What do we do with the bomb?
Okay. So since you're posing a question, we're gonna go around in the turn order. So when it gets back to you, Marvin, you say your last piece, and then we end the discussion there. I think that for the bomb, we should keep it. We never know when we're gonna need a high explosive.
I say that Barry, the old man of the forest, old man of the woods, has bothered us for too long. Let's roll the bomb into the forest, cover it with honey or something, lure him in, and then kaboom! No more bear.
Do I have to come up with an alternate solution if Michael
No.
already said the thing I was going to suggest?
Oh,
I
agree.
I agree. We use the bomb to take out Barry.
Okay.
It opens up woods as a resource for us again, and keeps people from dying.
Nick?
Provided it's not a nuclear bomb.
You'll find out, won't
That's
we?
right.
Yeah,
We don't
no
know
idea.
exactly what kind of bomb it is.
Nick?
I think there'd be ways of knowing if it was a nuclear bomb.
Maybe.
We'd already all be dead for one.
Could have been dead, as was said. Nice. Oh my gosh. I hate my decision making more lack thereof.
It happens. Hey, it's part of a community. Sometimes people are
Yeah.
indecisive.
I mean, maybe we should figure out exactly what it does. How powerful is this bomb?
Arvin, you give your last say.
All right. We found this bomb for a reason. We shouldn't just turn it into a weapon, but a figurehead. Something holy.
Okay, interesting. And that's where we're just going to end this discussion.
3 up in here.
Take it, son. Yeah. Okay.
So how does this work from here, or does it just
That's
Marvin's?
it. As soon as Marvin has his last say, we end the discussion. Move on to the next turn.
I'm
We have
taking
it.
contempt.
Yeah.
Ooh.
100%.
I look.
There are people that are pissed about that as a decision.
Well, no,
Ooh.
no decision has been made.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
the discussion
Decision.
ends with
Oh, okay.
maybe we should worship it, and that's kind of discussion ends.
Oh, okay. I
nothing
thought
has been decided.
that it was settled, and
No.
No.
that's it. Okay.
During discussions, nothing is ever settled until
Well,
the
then I'm not
project is
taking
taken.
contempt because I thought that was like the final decision. I'm like, oh, that's going to cause a huge rift in the community. If
No,
it's like,
yeah. Oh,
nope, it's
absolutely.
settled, we worship it. It's like,
No, in discussions, nothing that is said is
okay.
a settled matter until someone either discovers something new or starts a project related to it.
Got it.
Yeah, we just have several different factions wanting to use it as a weapon against the old man of the woods,
It seems a
destroy
pretty
it somehow,
consensus.
or
A
turn
lot of
it
people want to
into
kill a berry with it.
Currently, the Burn the Bear faction is leading.
Well, I think that the faction of wait, let's figure out what kind of bomb it is first.
Yeah,
That's a really reasonable faction. It's like,
Like,
yeah, you're right. Let's figure out what kind of bomb this is. That might be like a really good idea before we just set it off.
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
have the couple crazies wanting to worship the damn thing.
Exactly.
Well, they might come back too.
That's true. They might.
Yeah.
Which is
so
yeah.
which is pretty funny because I drew the Ten of Hearts. So for
is
the
that
Ten of
weird cult?
You'll see in a second. So the Ten of Hearts is there's another community somewhere on the map Where are they, and what sets them apart from you? Or what belief or practice helps to unify your community?
Unify.
So I could absolutely pick the bomb as Godhead, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
I think a belief that we all share is that Barry, the old man of the woods, is a danger to our society, and something needs to be done about that person, about that entity. So that is, we as a group have decided, like, we should definitely get rid of Barry. Whether we use the bomb, different story. But I think there's a general consensus to get rid of the bear.
Yeah, because once we're done taming all the animals, well, that's just a free buffet for the giant bear, wouldn't it be?
Exactly.
Could be. Yeah.
So our farms tick down to 1. So next week they will be completed. We'll have functioning farms, making some headway on taming animals.
By the way, should we put the bomb as a resource on there just so we don't forget that it's there?
Interesting. But it
I'll
says
add it to the
bomb.
map.
Okay.
I'll add it to the map. I have, I think I wanted to use the spiral sort of to represent the. I don't know where we found it, so I'm gonna put it here for now. So that spiral represents something weird that we don't know anything about yet.
I mean, all I know is that now that somebody set us up the bomb, all the base are belong to us.
I think for my I think I want to start a project, and I think the project I want to start is weapons. Build some weapons.
What kind of weapons are we talking about? Just like bows, bomb?
I think
Bomb.
basically whatever we have our resources on the hand, which unfortunately isn't a whole lot. We don't have a whole lot of scrap metal. We don't have a whole lot of ores or mineral, and wood's still kind of scarcity. So I think it's gonna be a sort of a longer project. Unfortunately, I think it's gonna take 3 weeks to get everything together and build some things because of the enormous scarcity that we have as a society haven't even dealt with yet, or how to figure out how to solve those problems.
We could make them out of bones and fangs.
We could make them out of bones. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I do kind of like that. We do have an abundance of animals.
Mm-hmm.
Bone armor and weapons. Actually, with
That's really cool.
using bones, I think it should be 2 weeks or 3 weeks still.
I still think it should be 3 weeks.
Yeah, probably 3.
Maybe 4 because we get the taming done in 3 weeks, but
I mean,
just
look,
have it up
there's
in
some
mind.
animals got to die in the process.
Yeah, I mean, there's already dead animals.
Yeah.
We've been eating the animals because we don't even
Yeah.
have farms yet. So we've been on an animal and berry diet for a while.
Oh yeah, we've been eating whatever we can forage and whatever we can kill. So that ends my turn. I've started my project. So that goes on to Michael.
All right.
Have the Queen of Hearts.
Ooh.
What's the most beautiful thing in this area? Or what's the most hideous thing in the area?
Oh man, beautiful or hideous? Let's go with beautiful because we already got some hideous. We got some pretty hideous stuff in this place. Let's say there is like a beautiful, like pristine mountain valley where there's like lots of great resources, easy hunting, the plants grow good. It just is super like if there a farm established there, the crops would flourish. The weather is always like temperate, not too bad, and it's isolated, so it's good natural defenses. And it's sort of like between us and the mountains, this beautiful valley there, where you can kind of like look down on the rest of the area.
Just there it is, sort of just right there at the little top, sort of. Not where we ended up settling, but just sort of a few weeks into settling down, we've like, look at all this beauty that was right there in front of us that we missed.
Yeah, it's got those cool mountain flowers there blooming.
Absolutely, right there in this sort of beautiful river valley.
Mm-hmm.
How green was this valley?
Ooh, okay, yeah.
But now we've finished up some of the projects. Our farms are
Oh, the
completed.
farm.
Yeah.
Now, do we need to start up a new project to actually grow things on the farm, or are we just saying
No.
the farms are at this point functional and,
The farms are functional. We'll start producing food.
Okay.
you know?
Hooray, we have something that's not meat.
Oh,
meat.
man.
Get a
So,
couple carrots, potatoes.
It's a dairy farm. Well,
Nah.
it's just
So-
We
dairy,
haven't tamed it
dairy
yet.
and chickens.
We haven't tamed him yet. We don't have a dairy
No,
yet.
it's true. We don't have to. We don't
Uh,
have to.
get bread.
Where would you say this is located? So
The
how
farm?
close? Yeah.
I mean, it's near the solar panels because that's how the solar panels were discovered.
Yeah.
So there we go. We have a farm.
Yeah.
Producing some food for
We're
us.
making all the bread at the farm.
And saving on
We
weapons
were
go down
settled
to
by the
zero.
French. Bread is the first thing that we make.
Well, we'll just have to hope that there's going to be some mold growing on the wheat.
That's true.
By the way, does anyone know how to cook?
Of course, yeah.
Presumably, yes.
Presumably, yeah.
It's just you take a haunch of meat and put it over a fire and rotate it a couple of
Yeah,
times.
that's how
yeah.
it's done, right?
Get a little
like,
bit of music going. You have to like stop it at a certain time, or else it
I
burns.
think that our society should have a bunch of cat chefs, personally. That's me, you know.
But Michael, you're actually
Once we have the animals tamed.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Tamed, yeah. Okay, let's do, new project. Let's do a new
Okay.
project. Let's do a road from our settlement to the mountains so we can like start getting those minerals and start meeting the unknown survivors. Like, so let's start build some roads we can like easily move between our settlement and the mountains. I don't know how far these roads could go, maybe like the water.
But that
You know,
isn't obviously
we're-
the scale, so it's flexible.
Okay, yeah, we're making, we're making the highway here.
Okay.
Would bridges be part of it as well? Maybe we'll
Bridges
also
be
get
s-
across the lake.
Bridges would be set. Oh, the lake's huge. The lake's a couple miles across.
Yeah.
I mean, the river. My bad.
Remember, these projects are all 1 to 6 weeks. Even roads, to the extent Michael's describing, is like a very long project.
Oh yeah, it'd
Mhm.
probably be like 4 weeks, I think.
I would think so.
More.
Yeah.
I think it's 6. but that's
I
fine.
would also think 6.
Okay, we'll go with 6.
Because
Okay.
you're talking about building it from the lake to the settlement
Yeah.
through the mountains. That's
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
let's make, we're making
But we're not talking like paved or cobblestone, just sort of a cleared path through the woods. And
well, okay, that's more of a path than a road.
I mean, it's the same thing if you really think about it.
Hmm.
Paths, roads, they sort of function in the same manner. But yeah, I think 6 weeks though. This is a ambitious
yeah,
project.
let's
Mhm.
make these are gonna be some nice roads. Like, we're gonna have
Okay.
we're gonna put some stone like paved, so
Okay.
like wagons can go over them, so we can really have some like good trade and commerce and move stuff from the river to the mountains.
Okay.
Paved is very hard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
paved is
I mean, 6 weeks.
difficult.
Like with what we've
Mhm.
got, I don't know if we can.
Well, here's another point. We're also in the post-apocalyptic. There are roads that already exist.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So
they're
maybe this is more fixing the existing roads.
Yeah,
and
sounds cool,
clearing old
them.
ones. Yeah,
Clearing
clearing old
old
ones,
ones, yeah.
clearing new roads. So yeah.
Like removing the things that are currently blocking it. That seems like a more reasonable 6-week project.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
Because we don't have any way of laying pavement,
Aside of kind of putting flagstones down in big
Yeah.
potholes, but
That's sort of what I
That's a lot
imagine.
of
It's like
effort.
flat stones.
yeah, but we already have roads. They just need to be cleared of traffic, of rusted out hulks and stuff like that.
The occasional dead body here and there.
Oh,
Skeletons,
sure.
skeletons.
I mean,
at this
yeah,
point.
skeletons by
Yeah.
now.
Lots of skeletons.
Okay,
All right, yeah, that is my turn.
so cats
Yeah.
got the Jack of Hearts.
Okay. I keep getting face cards. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. That's actually how all these cards work. So you see a good omen. What is it? Or you see a bad omen. What is it?
Whoa.
I think that we see a bad omen.
Okay.
And it is that there is definitely down the mountains smoke that has to have been man-made. Which means that it's another group. and we don't have any idea if they're hostile.
Okay.
But considering we stole a bunch of stuff from mutants, it might be a reasonable thing to say that might be them.
It's entirely possible.
Because it is coming from the direction that we came from, maybe.
Oh, the kind that we came from.
Yeah,
Did we
whichever
come
way.
from? Did we come up that sort of lush valley up to the lakeside, or do we come from?
I mean,
over the
we
mountains?
must have totally missed that lush valley if we only discovered it now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. We
I
weren't
think we would
there.
have set up camp in the lush valley. So yeah, maybe we came over from.
From the east.
Yeah, maybe we came from the east. Like maybe we were more out in the deserts before.
So there is now a torch to represent that there is some sort of looming danger nearby.
Right. And I know that the main force them doesn't come until much later, but there might be advanced scouts or something like that.
Entirely possible. Calamity
Regardless,
works in weird ways.
Yeah. Regardless, it's like, that's like back from the way we came, and that's not good.
Exactly.
Sorry, I didn't give us a good omen, but
No, that's fine.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything that happens to society just can't always be good.
right.
Where's the fun in that?
It'd be kind of boring.
So now we continue on, and we are closer to domesticating some animals that we could use.
Ooh, weapons
We're
coming.
closing
soon.
in on making some weapons, and roads
We're
steady
getting
along
there.
their path.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, what you doing?
So, I think we're doing a discover something new.
Okay.
Very near where the bomb was found, we also find a bunker,
Ooh.
I'm
Which
here for
might-
this.
which might or might not contain information about why there was a bomb there.
Mm.
Because I don't think I can dictate what's in the bunker yet, just that we found one.
There is some sort of there's something there. I'm trying to find a good icon for this.
I think right now they've discovered, and now they're having an argument about, do we really want to explore that thing? And some people are like, well, that might be where the information about the bomb is. And other people are like, yeah, we just told like little girl to like not poke around in the city, you know?
Yeah, I like to make it map addendum. I feel like the bomb and the solo should be up in the mountains.
Okay.
I don't, but it's up to you. This is still your placement of the map.
No,
No.
that's fine. I didn't know where the bomb was actually found.
That was
wasn't
just a
my-
representation of that there is something on the map for us. But
Okay.
you can place it wherever. Like, would you like to drop this at?
Um,
Bunker you found.
no, I think like getting up towards the mountains is probably good, you know.
And the bomb would probably be somewhere around there as well.
Yeah, originally.
Bomb in a bunker. What could that mean for us?
It just seems appropriate. Like there wouldn't just be a bomb sitting around apropos of nothing. You know
Definitely
what I mean?
not near the water source.
Yeah. So I think that in trying to figure out about like what does this bomb do, somebody has uncovered a bunker, and now there's debate is like, do we really want to go in that? Because aren't we scared of the town so much that we crushed a little girl's dreams? Like, do we really want to
Aw.
go poking around in this bunker?
We
What
just
kind of
delayed her
example are we
dreams.
setting? Huh?
We just delayed her dreams, technically.
Right.
Yeah, we
But
didn't
it's-
forbid anyone from going there.
But that's what I'm thinking, and that might have information about this bomb before we
Yeah,
decide to just blow it up. Or there might be something horrible in there, or who knows? But they have uncovered a bunker.
Okay. So that's pull up the next card. Going to Nick, you pulled the Three of Hearts. Someone new has arrived. Who are they? Or two of the community's younger members get into a fight. What provoked them?
So the first one was just a new person arrives.
Yep.
Okay. I think they're a representative of the survivors, the mountain people.
Okay.
The unknown survivors.
Well, I think that this would be a good time for all of us to decide if there's a name for them we want to give them.
The tribe of skis. I don't know. I just really like the skier.
Yeah, I like that. He's good.
The snow bunnies.
Yeah,
I'm here
that's very
for
good.
that. Let's see. How am I going to represent that? This...
They have an abundance of rabbits up there. They wear them as coats.
As they ski around.
Oh, it's like it works on a lot of levels for them.
Mhm.
They found all the wraparound shades that are available from the post-apocalyptic world.
So they're the snow bunnies?
Yeah.
Their main settlement is an abandoned ski resort.
Oh, absolutely. It's I know which resort this is. It's North Star.
Yeah.
No affiliation. Sorry.
They like ride around on those like chair lifts. They're like,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but they've made them all like Mad Max by this point.
yeah.
It's sort of like this combination of like every 80s movie.
Get rid of that tone. But we now know who they are. They're now the snow bunnies are up there, and they're at least maybe friendly. We don't know. But they sent an emissary. They realized that we're here.
Mhm.
Okay. So, projects. Domestication is completed. I believe that was Mick. That was yours.
It was.
What happened?
I think I think we were able to. I don't think we found like the stereotypical like farm animals. We had to sort of improvise with a few of them. But we found a couple of them. We found some goats. We were actually able, just because I like the idea that you put out there, Patrick. We were able to tame some deer as mounts. Or I guess it would be more like elk. I think
Elk are much bigger.
elk are much bigger.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a moose here and there.
Moose can get pretty aggressive. So
Moose
Moose
are
fair.
super aggressive.
Well, we
Yeah.
They're also not
ride
big.
them.
Yes, to the
You'd
fair.
honestly be have more luck trying to domesticate bears than moose.
yeah.
Moose are
But-
hyper aggressive animals.
But we've got a few animals that we can use as sort of like dairy-esque. It's got a little bit of goat milk, a little bit of you got some plow deer or plow elk. So, and yeah, we found some fowl. Why not?
Okay. Yeah, there we have a functioning ranch. We have beasts of burden to assist us.
Mhm.
I put the representation right next to our other farm, so we kind of all clustering those things together.
Work in tandem.
We also finished our weapons.
Nice.
Nice.
We're now a armed society. Whatever that
No
means for
guns
us.
or anything, but we got like bows and spears.
Yeah,
The bomb.
And
the
a- yeah.
bomb
Oh, we
And
do
a
have the
bomb.
bomb.
and a
that
bomb
we dare not touch.
yet.
We have bone spears and swords and arrows, so we can defend ourselves. And hey, maybe we have
Mhm.
strong enough to take on Barry.
Maybe.
Could
The
be.
birds continue their process. Continuing on.
That's several things.
Yeah. So now you get to take an action.
Yeah. I think now that we're sort of getting more set up and everything, what should we do about Barry?
Ooh.
discussion.
The berry
Discussion.
discussion.
So, the question is, what should we do about Barry? Correct, Nick?
Yeah.
Marvin, you're up. You start.
All right. What should we do about Barry? He's obviously a threat that we need to deal with eventually. Should we go about it with just spears and arrows? Or enlist the help of the snow bunnies?
There's strength in numbers. We are armed. They might be armed as well. And it could bring us all closer together. Camaraderie through strife. Michael?
I think Barry has been in those woods for a long time. Let us not meddle with those old forces of nature. And besides, there's trouble coming from the west. Let's leave Barry there so he could greet these newcomers as he is wont to do. That way he'll soften them up, or at least delay their arrival.
Cat?
Well, I mean, all these old-timey bone weapons are well and good, but we all did just recently discover a massive bunker up in the hills. I say that we explore that and see if we can find something in there to kill that Barry, the old man of the woods. That's what I think. But what do I know? I'm just an old-timey New Englander.
Nick, wrap up the discussion. What's the last thing you want to say?
The bunker is an interesting query. Might be able to kill two birds with one stone.
Okay. Marvin.
Okay.
Well, the Four of Hearts. What important and basic tools do we lack as a community? Or, where are we storing our food, and why is it a risky place to store it there?
So, what were the choices again? One, we have an important resource we lack.
A tool that we lack as a community. What tools we lack, or why is where our food storage risky?
I would say our food storage is risky because what exactly do we have an abundance of? Meat? Vegetables? No?
I'd say I'm gonna add. I need to add to that. So we have an abundance of food right now. We have a lot of food. We're doing good at that point.
It's not a meat farm.
But do we have a place to store it all?
Do we?
I'm not too sure. It is cold up here. So we might have like a place packed with snow just to help, refrigerate it a little bit. But it's not in a secure area. And there's a huge wind coming around that could blow the smell of all this food, this meat, these vegetables, freshly baked bread. The places we don't want it to go.
Okay.
It smells too thick. It might attract unsavory things. Whether it be
Okay.
bears or people.
Because we'll have to figure that out, won't we?
Mhm.
So the roads are about halfway done. They're being cleared. Any action you want to take there, Marvin?
I'm gonna start a new project.
Okay.
Alright. So, in the interest of discovering what to do with that bomb finally, somebody's going to start an expedition to that strange bunker.
Okay.
At first, it was the crazies wanted to make a holy pilgrimage to the bomb, but everyone kinda had a saying that, like, how about we send some people who actually want to discover things over there? So it's turned into an expedition made of everyone. who wants to explore the bunker, try and figure out what exactly is in there finally.
I don't think it'll take for them to fully explore that bunker, or maybe even just find a way to get it open.
Yeah. Because it's locked, right?
Possibly, we don't know that yet.
We don't know. So I would say get 3 or 4 weeks.
I think it's a lot of time. I think just going over there in just 2 weeks, I think it's probably fine.
2 weeks? Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Like, without electricity, a bunker's only gonna have so many defenses. So,
Yeah.
and
2 weeks.
torches will light the inside as well as anything else. And we don't have abundance of wood, but we have enough to make torches.
Yeah, I agree with that. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, this isn't to clear out the bunker.
No, this is just to get it open and get inside. Okay. Back to my turn. We're closing in on the end of spring. Like a few more weeks. The roads actually will get done by the end of spring. It's convenient. So, I pulled the 7 of Hearts. Where do we all sleep? And who is unhappy with this arrangement and why? Or, what natural predators roam this area? Are we safe? I think that we all currently sleep in haphazard shelters. Tarpaulin, pieces of scrap wood, metal, maybe some of the old carts that we used to drag our original stuff with up to this area. It's not a very good sleeping arrangement. It probably isn't incredibly healthy. So I think that nobody's happy with this arrangement. That it kind of just sucks for everybody, and people haven't really gotten the urge to fix it yet because they're miserable and so is somebody else. So
Yeah, what are we going to do once the rainy season starts?
exactly.
Once
Good call.
summer gets here?
Oh yeah, that's right.
winter. We're practically setting ducks for the seasons.
Summer, the rainy season here. I'd imagine this is the hot everything catches fire season.
I know.
It does spring quite a bit during the summer. So, I think that's... Well, first I gotta mark down the roads and the bunker project. Closing in on that. And I think I want to start a project. I want to build permanent housing.
That's fair.
I think this is going to be a 3-week project because we lack a lot of the essentials we're going to need.
We don't have wood or metal or...
Yeah, so what to
I
do?
mean, there's some. It's scarce.
It's
Yeah.
scarce. 4. I'm thinking 4 because of the
Yeah.
scarcities.
Yeah.
We need to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
But that is that for my turn.
Well, hopefully that bunker project's gonna help us with some scarcities.
That's possible. We never know.
Maybe.
I don't think
Um,
that project ends till midway through Michael's turn.
Okay.
It does. So,
See what
Michael.
is in the bunker.
You have the Ace of Hearts. What group has the highest status in the community? What must people do to gain inclusion into this group? Or are there distinct family units in this community? If so, what structures are the most common?
Let's go with the first one, where there's like, a hierarchy. And people who are in charge, we're gonna call them the deer ones. That could be DEAR or DEER. They're like, the deer barons, or I guess elk barons. The ones who are owning the elk that are needed to plow those the farms, and who make a lot of the meat and the tools, so they naturally have a lot of the sway in the community.
So they're more of the Elks Club in a way.
Oh, that's so you're right. That's way better. Yes, the Elks Club. They're the ones who rule everything.
That is
or at least
brilliant.
the highest ranking. They're the elk magnates, the Elks Club.
That's honestly so good.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna call him that.
Oh yeah, please. And what you gotta do to get in? Like, you gotta pay your dues, get an elk, make it have baby elks, fawns. I'm not sure, and just like work and save up, and if you eventually get enough elks, you can join the Elks Club.
Oh man.
If
I'm
you
here
have
for
anywhere
that.
less, oh sorry, go ahead.
No, please continue.
Yeah, if you don't have like 5 elks, like get out. You're a loser. 5 elks or above minimum to enter the Elks Club. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You might as well have a deer. You Bambi piece of shit. Get out of here.
Oh,
They're very
God, I
exclusionary.
want to set up an opposing group so badly called the House of Pound.
I love it.
And the bomb cult is just looking at these guys like they think we're the crazy ones.
What society do we have?
Right?
It's a Cain and Abel fight. It's like, no, the animals are more important. Without the bread, we would all be dead.
And we have the bomb. Okay, so
Basically, having 3 groups, kind of.
Yeah, these factions are appearing now.
oh gosh, it's crazy to think about.
We've got the Bomb Squad and the Elks Club and
Bomb
House of
Squad,
Pan.
yeah.
House of Pan is spelled the same as House of Pain. It's just pronounced differently. You understand?
Oh, the House of Pawn.
Oh, I love it. People like come to town like, what is this? The House of Pain? No, it's Pawn, as in it's goods.
What is the House of Pan?
Okay, who started the bunker project?
Yeah, that was me.
Alright, what did we find as it is completed?
Okay, so in the bunker, well, it's not powered or anything, so no electricity. What we do find in there are skeletons in uniform. Seems like it was an old military bunker, hence the bomb.
Do we find information on what the bomb does?
Yeah, it's definitely one of the bombs that caused the apocalypse. It just wasn't set off yet. They never got a chance to launch it.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
So
That is dangerous.
Yeah,
That
we don't
thing
want to
is
use that
armed.
on Barry.
that thing is armed,
It's armed?
or at least I don't know. Would a bomb that never got a chance to launch still be armed?
It would not, but
Okay,
it would have fissile material inside,
yeah.
which could be detonated depending on its construction.
hmm
Now we get to add next to. I'm just gonna increase the name on this one. It is a nuke bunker.
Whoa.
Fair.
Yeah.
Get
Bomb
rid of
testing.
That's
I say
That's
we still use it on Barry.
Radiate
Just-
the words.
Just obliterate the forest as well.
all right. Just
Just fucking, man.
so we have a nuclear bomb still in its silo. That's scary to think about. But the roads are nearly completed. We nearly cleared them, and housing is making headway. Action for your turn, Mike.
Okay. What if I do like a diplomatic action?
What are you trying to do?
Like, let's initiate a trade with the Snow Bunnies.
Yeah, that can be a starter
you
project.
know? Yeah,
Establish
like a
relations.
trade mission. Like, we give them, like that classic meme. You get, goat milk, goat cheese, fur, or not. Maybe they already have fur, but goat like bread.
And an
So,
Elks Club
food
membership
items.
card.
So what was that? Sorry.
And an Elks Club membership card.
Yes.
Only
Elks
one,
Club
though.
Yeah.
Share amongst yourselves.
You can get only honorary Elks Club members. You're not a real member.
Damn.
And then in return, we get like skis, rabbit pelts to make some more comfortable beds, and maybe like some of the rare stones they find in the mountain that we could like inspire mining expeditions later.
Okay. So this trade mission, how many weeks do you think it's going to take?
I mean, I think when the roads are done, we'll get a lot easier.
So I'll just set it at 1
like
then.
3. What's that?
We could just set it at 1 if it's going to be easier with the roads completing, so maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah, I like that because like as soon as the roads are done, it really starts going. Like we start. People can go pretty easily.
So
go
we're
back
thinking
and forth.
trade in 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds fair.
Mhm.
Because we already have a representative of theirs here.
Yeah,
right?
I was thinking like their ambassador showed up, so now it's like
Yeah.
let's be friends and start trading.
Yeah, it's a question of like going out there with their ambassador and coming back with like, enough that we can haul things.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the only reason I don't think it should just be 1.
And so it is the last week of spring.
Oh, dip.
6 of Hearts. Are there children in the community? If there are, what role do they play? Or, how old are the eldest members of our community? What unique needs do they have?
I do think there are children in the community because you've already talked about children a couple of times. So I don't want to say there are definitely no children. Like, no, like there are children in the community. As far as the unique role that they play, I think it's that they've got kind of the adventurous spirit that's like kept them continuously digging up things like on accident. Because so far that's pretty much how everything's been discovered here. Is so a kid like was digging around and they found this, and a kid was digging around and they found that. So clearly, because they don't have a memory of the war itself, like they have more optimism than everybody else, but also kind of less of an awareness of danger.
Of course.
Like wanting
they
to
don't
go into the ruins.
Yeah, like they don't know a different world than this, so they're not sad about it. Like this is how they grew up. This is the world.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, the roads are now complete.
Also,
Mike, I believe that was yours doing.
Yeah, get some cool roads so we can like easily get to the fish and the river and the lake. I mean, and go up to the mountains maybe for some future mining stuff.
Okay. So we'll just sort of draw. Just go. There we are. Draw a line here and a line there. So there are now roads connecting us to the furthest edges of our settlement.
oh, cool. You also got a road heading toward that old mining equipment up there.
Yeah. I mean, old mining equipment draws people's, attention, in the old days, in the old world. Mining towns, ghost towns. There are some roads that kind of led up there. And then everyone loves the beach. Even lake beaches. Okay. Kat, one last project for spring.
Sure. I think that I'm going to start a project at this time where it's like, okay, that kid maybe was onto something because we explored the bunker and we just found skeletons and a warning, but nothing to really help us with this berry problem. So there's a new project to explore the ruins and see if there can't be something found there that can help kill Barry, because it's like these bone weapons aren't going to do it. But they're, because the older people here remember a world with things like guns. They're like, the city's going to have weapons. Let's see if we can find them.
Okay.
So they're going to explore the dangerous old world tech area.
So, how long is that going to take?
I think because the bunker exploration was 2 weeks, I would say the old world tech exploration is equally 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems reasonable to me,
I think so.
especially now that we've got some methods of transportation. We're not just purely walking it. Although we do have to cross the river, but that shouldn't be that hard. I don't think it's heavily flowing right now.
No, not in particular. Okay.
Like the
As-
melt off the mountains hasn't really started yet to really flood things out.
But it might be an issue here in the coming weeks of summer.
Oh, it's going to be an issue very soon.
Oh, we don't have any protection against flooding, do we?
We do
Ooh.
not.
No, but luckily the settlement is not right next to the rivers.
Oh,
No.
no.
But our farms are, and our ranches.
Oh no.
Access to water is very much a necessity for those sort of projects. So, as spring comes to a close and the worries of summer begin to gather, moving on to Nick, first card of summer,
Ooh.
the 10 of diamonds. You discover a cache of supplies or resources. Add a new abundance to the map. Or a scarcity has gone unaddressed for far too long. Start a project that will alleviate that scarcity.
So, the new abundance or dealing with a scarcity.
Yep.
I think the berry problem has gone on too long. There's possible threat to the east, but I don't think a lone strange bear-like human, maybe, whatever it is. At this point, like, most of the people who know what berry is are like getting up there in age. The stories have changed. So, yeah, I think the project of dealing with Barry is a necessity now.
Are we killing Barry or trying to get them to leave? Or do you want to leave it ambiguous for now?
Yeah, let's leave it ambiguous for now.
Barry. How long is it going to take to deal with Barry?
Three weeks, middle of the road.
Okay.
I think 3 weeks is reasonable because the ruin exploring will be done by then. So if there's
Yeah.
something really good in there to kill Barry,
Mm-hmm.
we'll have it on hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've also got the trade might come in handy as well.
Yeah,
That's true.
exactly.
So, taking down projects. Projects that were started during the card phase do not get adjusted at this time. And too soon for it to happen. So Bear will still be at
That's
3.
right. Yeah, it's
The
fine.
trade is completed.
Okay.
Who had trade again? That was...
That was,
I think I did that
Michael.
one.
That's
Michael.
I think
Michael.
that's
What were the results of your trading expedition?
Ooh, I think we get some new abundances, maybe.
Yeah? What do you want to add to it, to an abundance?
Maybe like maybe we can start getting some minerals, like the snow bunnies. Find deposits of precious metals out in the mountains and can start like smashing them out and bringing them to us in exchange for delicious bread and goat cheese.
Okay. So then, I like to ask, and this is open to the group, in exchange for adding the abundance of ore and minerals, do we make food a scarcity?
I don't.
We're
think
trading
so.
it. Well, we're now trading food.
Oh.
We're trading it to the snow bunnies in exchange.
I don't know.
I would rather
That's,
ha-
that's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking.
I would rather keep an abundance of food than get a new abundance of ore and minerals. Personally, I would rather
Yeah.
keep the abundance of food.
I mean, I'm just asking. We don't. I mean, it doesn't have to work that way. I'm just asking. Do we want to make that exchange? If nobody wants to, we'll just move ore and minerals up to abundances.
Yeah, I assumed it was like, surplus food that we're trading. Like
Yeah.
that's, the classic.
But surplus food also means, since it's in abundance, we can use it ourselves. But again, I am fine. I
also-
was just asking as a
yeah.
facilitator if that's what we wanted to make the decision.
We also haven't figured out a good storage method for the food.
That's true.
That's true.
So we now have ore and minerals as an abundance on the map from our trade with the snow bunnies. The ruins are nearly wrapped up on their project. Barry, planning has only just begun. So, Nick, what's your action this turn?
Let's see. I think we do need to figure out the storage situation. So food storage, I think, might be a good one.
Okay. How long is it going to take?
How long did the farms take? 3 weeks?
4
yeah.
weeks.
4 weeks. Okay, so
Farms took 4 weeks, and everything like that I've been having take a little longer because our metal, our wood, and our old world tech are all scarcities.
yeah.
So any project that would be not that hard right now is really difficult. for
Yeah.
this group.
Okay. Yeah, let's go. I'm thinking 4.
Okay. Sorry, a longer term project due to our scarcity of some of our materials that are
Mhm.
needed.
Yeah. I mean, now that we're getting minerals, we might work on that too.
Yeah.
Sort of processing it. Anyways, that's my go, I think.
Okay. So, Marvin. The 9 of diamonds. A project fails. Which
Ooh.
one and why? Or something goes afoul and the supplies are ruined. Add a new scarcity.
So this is gonna be a bad one either
This
way.
is a bad one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Again, the scarcity doesn't have to be something on the map. It can be something you add.
That or project fails. I don't know if I want to fail a project. Flip a coin.
Oh
Okay.
man.
All right.
Ooh.
Heads project, tails scarcity.
Oh boy, edge of my seat here.
Okay. First, I actually need a coin. Got one. All right. So, since I'm the one making the decision, I'm going to call. Well, no, I'm not going to call it. Let's just flip it, see what it is.
Well, I said, how about this? Heads for project, tails for scarcity.
Gotcha. It's heads.
Project fails. Which one?
Project fails.
Ooh.
Hmm. Damn. It's gonna be Barry.
No.
I landed on Barry.
Okay. Why is Barry no longer a project we're working on?
Killed a couple people.
Okay.
Probably a scouting mission trying to figure out how we're actually going to kill this damn thing finally. And it turns out it's a lot. Well, he's a lot faster than he looks and a lot more silent. Kind of crept up on them. It's like, all right, We know where that giant bear is. All we gotta do is just scout it out, see if it got any weaknesses, and hey, what the hell is this? Drool? Guys, what? It's not even raining. What the?
Jump.
Yep.
Terrible. It's unfortunate. But that's how it goes. But
Sorry.
while the mission to take on Barry was deemed a failure after a couple people died, we managed to finish our housing project, which was mine. I think that we are able to make more stable structures, even using what we have on hand. So maybe things aren't necessarily, like houses, just or cabins. They are more sort of like structured tents, sort of wood frames, metal helpings. Somebody changed the symbol of our settlement. Let's see, we have something a little more permanent now.
I'm gonna tie into what I found in the ruins
Excellent.
and the solar panels, which we've been neglecting for a long time.
Ooh.
It's kind of
yes.
like, what are we
Yeah,
going
those
to
are
do
coming to
with
play.
the solar panels? We don't.
Well, you're
have-
about to find out.
We're
buddy.
about to find out.
Yeah.
The ruins project is finished. They have scoured the ruins. What has it done for us?
So they were hoping to find ways of killing Barry, but any gun stores that they came across were already raided a very long time ago. Like, guns were the first thing people took. However, they did find a building called Sunny Solar, and it has the information on how to get the solar panels up and running.
Awesome.
Excellent. We have power.
Well, provide there's a project. But
Yeah.
yes.
We have access to power.
We now have the know-how to get the solar panels functional.
Awesome.
Okay. But that brings it to your action then, Marvin. What are
Yeah.
you doing?
And sorry for failing the berry project.
Hey, Marvin, it's not your fault. That's just how the cards are drawn. It was going to happen to one of us eventually.
Okay, so
Can't all be
project-
gravy.
It's a game of hard choices.
So
Societies
project
are never easy.
berries failed. So crap. Solar panels are getting ready to go on.
Well, there still has to be a project for that, right? Or does it
Yeah.
just happen? Yeah.
No, it needs to be a
May-
project.
Okay. Might as well start up the solar panel project, I guess.
Okay.
But that's okay with everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I think also
Yeah.
now that we have ore and minerals, that makes this project a lot easier.
Mhm.
Yeah, we got all the resources we really need to get this up and running.
And we have houses.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, solar panels. I would say about a week or two.
It too.
About
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Because there's already kind of a grid here. It's just unearthing it and, putting it back together.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure that our society can get attached to it and generate it. Okay. Top is it's my turn now.
Yep.
8 of diamonds. Oof. Someone tries to take control of the community by force. Do they succeed? Why did they do this? Or a headstrong community member decides to put one of their ideas in motion. Start a foolish project.
Whoa.
Using some of that newfound minerals, we're gonna build ourselves a marble temple to the bomb.
Yeah.
The bomb squad.
Frickin' bomb squad. I hate them so much.
And make a holy site right at the bomb.
I mean, I love the idea now that I know that we're not being forced to have, this be, what we do with the bomb. God, they're gonna kill us, these idiots. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be a very advanced temple, but
Nah.
it's not a whole lot of them. So I'm gonna say it's gonna be a 3 project. That's the cult of the bomb is building their first temple and who knows what that's gonna mean for our society.
I think there's a little bit of contempt.
That's fine. Take your contempt. I'm okay with it. So if anybody watching, people watching, contempt is a function in this game that just sort of says that a part of society disagrees with what has just been done. There's no sort of, if you have this many amount of contempt by the end of the game, you lose or anything. It's just a way for us to have a expression of in character, I didn't like that choice.
The House of Pawn also has contempt for this idea.
That's fine.
The Cult of Nuclear wholeheartedly agrees with this project.
Of course they do.
Of course.
I mean, just because I do feel like there's three factions, right? I mean, we've got the Elks Club, the House of Pawn, and the Cult of Nuclear now.
Count of Nuclear.
Yeah, the Cult of Nuclear. So yeah, House of Pawn also is contemptuous about this idea.
I'm gonna add the House of Pawn because I want this on this map now.
I mean, it's down by the farms.
Yeah.
We require things to be done about this flooding, and they're up here making shrines to the bomb. What?
Oh,
House of Pawn. Is that cool, or your House of Pawn?
No, I like that.
Oh, we're doing two different languages. Okay.
Exactly.
The House of Pawn.
It's a coalition of German and French immigrants. They couldn't decide on which of the two to use. So.
They're Austrian.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Or maybe it's some Swiss people.
That's
Maybe,
true.
yeah.
They're like, we really wanted to represent both, so.
And this is.
So we chose to not do Swiss.
Oh, this is funny. I love this.
Yes, the House of Pawn has a great deal of contempt. I have no idea how to mark down the
You
contempt.
can just make a note on a piece of paper or something if you'd like, and if
Do I make a note that it's towards the Cult of Nuclear, or
No, I mean,
it's
if you
just-
like to, it doesn't have to be.
Okay.
It's just it is a representation of internal strife of the community.
Yeah. When people start making a shrine to the bomb, I think I agree with Nick. There's a lot of people in the community that are furious about that.
Yeah.
I want to discover something new. What I want to I don't know exactly what I want to discover just yet. Trying to think what we're missing on this map. What scarcities are we missing? Now I'm at a loss for words. I was thinking about this and now I just totally lost what I was gonna do. I think that what we discovered on this map is another set of ruins. And it is on the other side of the old woods. The woods where Barry is. That one of the survivors took shelter there from the failed Barry project, and they managed to make their way back. And it's dangerous to get there, obviously, but it's there. So there are some more ruins for us to worry about.
Maybe those hide the key to killing Barry once and for all.
Quite possibly. But there is
Old-timey New Englander here. I don't know. Maybe that's where Barry's from. You know, I just make Barry stronger.
it's an old zoo there he escaped from. Okay, that's it for my turn. Michael,
Okay.
the Queen of Diamonds. Oh,
Whoa.
nice. A project finishes early.
Ooh.
Which one and why?
Ooh. Let's go with food storage because I don't think Cult of Nuclear finishing early would be so great.
No.
I mean, and Power's ending this week anyway, so there's
Yeah.
no reason to.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. But why does it finish early? Maybe like the House of Pawn, just sort of like full of rage about the cult of Nuclea kind of seceding. They put all their energy into building the food storage areas to be like, oh, we'll show them. We're gonna have plenty of food storage in our town. That they're missing out on.
In fact, with the new refrigeration project, you would think we'll find that the food will store for quite a long time.
Exactly, letting us have even more food, and even more of that good food resource there.
Yeah, I think in light of us also completing power, I'm gonna put a new symbol down for our town. It's getting bigger. It's getting stronger.
Man.
No, the town's doing good.
Yeah, because we also have permanent housing.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
there we go. We have some semblance of a town now.
We're gonna have power this week.
Yeah. Power complete stuff.
Yeah, which means our storage is good. You know.
Oh, yeah. That's,
Meanwhile, these idiots are building a temple to a bomb.
Yeah, I think for my taken action, we're all good for the projects, I think.
Yeah, good for the projects.
Okay, I'm gonna do a discussion about the cult of Nuclea.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, all town meeting. We have to do something about the cult of Nuclea. They're gonna like detonate that bomb and destroy everything accidentally. And even if they don't, they're like, these are our people. They're luring away to go live in their weird mountain bomb temple. It's not good for anyone. We have to. I say we shut them down. Like, let's just go in there, disperse them, collapse their temple, and let's just put a stop to them. And hopefully that will stop their worship for good. And then the bomb, we'll just leave it up there in the mountains and forget about it and pretend it's not there.
Okay.
We got to do it. It's tearing this community apart.
The House of Pawn is very much in agreement on the fact that allowing them to continue this ridiculous bomb worship is only going to lead to a new nuclear war. Clearly, they are mentally damaged in some way, and we propose making a sanitarium to contain them and their ideas.
Nick?
well, yeah, what's next? Worship of bombs can lead to creating bombs, and especially if they're religions tend to cause strife, especially when they're new. Yet there's a fine line between religion and cult. So
Marvin?
The cult of Nuclea strongly condemns this discussion. We were sent here for a reason, to be shepherds of this holy device. Do you not see? It is why we found this area in the first place. We were chosen! And that crazy guy runs off. I cannot condemn.
So good.
Contempt.
Contempt, yep.
I hope that level minds prevail in this matter. Is not the old world. Did not the old world cherish the freedom of and freedom from religion? Why must we impart our beliefs upon them when they have done no harm, and seemingly will not do any harm? Okay.
Although your words are wise, the House of Pawn still holds them.
That's fine. That's fine.
We hold you all in contempt for not realizing our holy mission.
Then you do not need to live in this settlement, mon frere.
We're getting beyond discussion at this point.
Oh, sorry.
Wow. And tension is rising.
I was here. I love it, but again,
Yeah.
discussions are poor. Okay. Moving on. Cat.
Yes.
Oh, another face card.
Oh, like I keep getting these.
I know, right? You have the Jack of Diamonds.
Hey, I had the Jack of Hearts before, so
True.
really Jack.
I wish I could hold that statement in contempt.
Yeah, it's so good.
So, your options, the first one is predators in bad omens are afoot. You are careless and someone goes missing under ominous circumstances. Who went missing? Or predators and bad omens are afoot. What measures do you take to keep everyone safe and under surveillance? If you pick that last one, though, we do not reduce project dice for this week.
Oh yeah, we're taking the second one then.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
what do we do? What is happening around town, around our settlement that sort of dictates us to sort of gather up and go into a defensive position?
Sure. The first of the mutant scouts has arrived.
Ooh.
Okay.
And it becomes all hands on deck to make sure they can't get back and report where we are. Does that make sense? It doesn't have to be a natural predator, does it?
No.
Yes. So that fire that we were seeing a few weeks ago finally caught up. And when they came creeping into town, and they got all the way up to the settlement, they met with our forces, and everybody agreed to like stop. Even the cult of Nuclea was like, okay, we need to band together to make sure these people don't report back about where we're from, where we are. So,
okay, I'm adding.
Does that make sense?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
does.
So the dead mutants are much closer to us for what it's worth. But
Yes. So there are now dangers of mutants along the eastern front
Yes.
from whence we came. So we have
yes.
we have Barry, Old Man of the Woods, and mutants now over there.
Yes, it's quite treacherous.
Yeah, it's dangerous over there, but at least the thought was like, well, we can't really abandon where we live. Like maybe we can buy some time by killing the scout, but that does mean they're going to send another scout to find out what the hell happened to that scout, you know?
Exactly.
So, but him not reporting back buys us maybe a month, you know, more
some
beyond
time.
what it would have been.
Okay.
But it's just as much of a sign that something's there if the scout doesn't come back.
Yeah.
Um,
So that being said, no projects are reduced this week. The cult of Nuclea does not continue their temple work.
Sabotage.
Okay, but that's means it's now action time. Project discussion. Discover something new.
this project.
Okay.
The House of Pawn commissions a construction of floodplains to avoid when the river rises.
Excellent. Excellent. Good call there.
It is very important. We do not want to lose our major resource. Nothing against the mighty Elks Club, of course. Yeah, they're bootlicking Elks Club like mad.
And
They're establishing a middle class is what's happening here.
Oh man. The elves,
how-
the bakers, everybody else.
then the weird bomb workers.
They
How long,
represent the workers.
how long do you think it takes for these floodplains to be built?
I don't think that this is that difficult a project.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with 2 weeks unless people think 2 weeks is way too short.
I'm fine.
Fine with that.
Okay.
Because we've already been getting a lot of we had stuff to plow farms, which is currently not doing anything. So we can dedicate that to like digging out some estuaries, and I don't know if I'm using the right word there, but you know what I mean. Like basically when God willing and the creek don't rise, but still it's going to. So floodplains are happening. It will finish up at the same time as the cult of Nuclea.
Project of Two Minds.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're basically society versus religion at this point. The House of Parma is a rationalist organization.
Of course, they're science-minded folk.
Mhm.
Okay. That brings it to Nick. 7 of diamonds. Introduce a mystery at the edge of the map, or an unattended situation becomes problematic and scary. What is it, and how does it go wrong or go awry?
So mystery or feel like that's good. Um. No, I think that's enough of a mystery. Known associates of the cult of Nucleus start going missing.
Ooh, missing people.
Mm.
How am I gonna denote that?
I know, because the skull's already been getting heavy usage. So.
Yeah, the graveyard.
Ooh,
one.
grave.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna put them over just beyond the scrapyard. Maybe it's somehow tied together, maybe not. But people are going missing, especially when they're associated with the cult of Nucleia. Projects continue. The temple, after a minor setback last week, continues on ahead, as well as the floodplains.
I don't think we've ever established like that we have a way of processing the ore. So I think maybe building like a blacksmithy might be a good thing.
Yep.
Mhm.
Foundry.
Yeah, foundry, blacksmithy, kind of thing, combination.
Okay. How long do you think it's going to take for that sort of project to be done?
We do have a lack of building materials.
Yeah, but I mean,
Foundry's mostly clay. I mean, you can basically
It's-
mostly
yeah.
have clay and stone.
yeah, like old school forges, like coal forges were just small things of like clay and just a bunch that just had piles of coal. So I think maybe 2 weeks, maybe.
Yeah, the construction had to start building these sort of things to
Yeah.
work metal into.
I have no strong opinions on how long a foundry takes. Like, I don't know.
Every once in a while, I watch like blacksmithing videos on YouTube.
Forged in fire.
Yeah.
I've watched a few of those. I've watched what was it called? Man at Arms Reforged.
Yeah.
And,
House of Pan concurs with this notion of building a foundry.
Okay. So probably our last round for today. So it's nearly 9 o'clock. Marvin, 4 of diamonds.
Okay.
The eldest among you dies. What caused the death? Or the eldest among you is very sick. Caring for them and searching for a cure requires the help of the entire community. We will not reduce a project diet this week. Could use that second one.
I think I'll take the first. The oldest among us dies. And they were like the community leader, like keeping everything together between the Elks Club, the House of Pawn, Cult of Nucleia, those crazy sons of bitches.
So that one guy that I played saying,
Yeah.
maybe we should think
Maybe we
about,
should
you
think
know,
about
the
this.
freedom of
Moderate,
and
the
freedom
voice of
of religion.
reason.
One
just died.
Voice of
Yeah.
reason dies at the young age of 92.
Bad news for the House of Nuclear, or the Cult of Nuclear. Considering the House of Pawn and the Elks Club were very united on, we gotta get rid of the Cult of Nuclear.
Yeah, it's some dark times ahead for them.
Ooh,
People going
And
missing.
there are people going missing. Yeah,
Settlement turning against them. Maybe that's why they go missing. Who knows?
who knows? Yeah.
The House of Pawn does not resort to such treachery.
But with that in mind, as we all mourn the loss of the eldest member of our civilization, Cult of Nucleia finishes their temple. Up in the mountains, they have built nothing fabulous. It's very ramshackle. but them sort of built at the edge of the opening where the bomb was found, sort of silo. They have built something to sort of represent an altar. I'm gonna use this one because I think it's really funny.
Nice. Skull altar.
It's like
Skull altar next to the nuke.
is that like that looks like the Misfit symbol.
It kind of does,
Oh,
doesn't it? Now that I'm
man.
thinking about it. Oh, it's
By the way, I'm saying right now that the reason they're mysteriously dying is radiation poisoning.
Oh,
I'm
just
just,
seeping off the
Well,
bomb.
that
killing
could
it
be a
off.
project, though. We
That
can
could be a
figure out
project
why
to
people are
solve the
missing.
mystery. Yeah.
And then the floodplains are also completed.
Nice.
bien,
Anything you'd like to add to it, or
also sehr gut. No, House of Pawn is very excited to have these floodplains completed. We have future-proofed our colony. This is the thing that happens when you believe in rationalism and reason, and do not go around doing things like worshipping the thing that killed all of us. Yeah, the house part of it agrees with this assessment.
I'll sort of represent it with a little bit of color here.
By the way, I apparently these European immigrants are being very European. Like, no, we need to think things through. Everybody, don't go religious. All right, we're just
but that brings us-
socialism. Pew, pew, pew.
that does bring us to our final action of today.
Okay.
What are we doing?
It's gonna be a project.
Okay.
And yes, it is going to be started by the cult of nuclear.
Heck yeah, I'm here for
boy.
this. Let's hear it.
Alright.
Here comes some
Brothers and
contempt.
Brothers and sisters, we've seen the lies and slanders. Yeah, the lies. I didn't kill anybody. This week. Hey, we know that's a joke. Thank you very much. But please, talk like that is why there's such dissent. We need to show everyone that we are perfectly harmless. Of course, we worship a nuclear bomb, but that's because we are the shepherds of it, to make sure no one can use its powers for evil anymore. That is why, brothers and sisters, we must work to de-arm this bomb.
Ooh.
We have the secrets, we have the power, we have the knowledge, but we must defuse the bomb in order to make sure its powers will never be used for evil ever again. And hopefully get the House of Bond to shut up about us. We're not gonna kill everybody.
If they successfully defuse this bomb, the House of Pawn will lose its contempt.
Yay, hear that?
I
Okay.
cannot speak for the Elks Club.
How
That's
long do
alright.
you think this is gonna take?
Let's see, with all the setbacks of them having missing members and everything, and also with everybody holding them in contempt, it's probably gonna take a while. So I would
So-
say
Do we want to break this up into multiple projects?
probably, yeah, because they just can't they can't just defuse the bomb all willy-nilly. Gotta find the knowledge to do it first, and then hopefully defuse it.
So
Researching the
research.
bomb.
Mhm.
6 weeks. Does that sound good?
Okay.
Or do you think a little shorter than that? I mean, I'm just.
They're
It's up to you.
working on
Research
working on
portion
their
of it,
own.
Maybe not as much.
probably not
Yeah,
as much.
because there might be information in the bunker.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
So-
How long do
because
you
they
think,
find it on the fast pass doesn't mean it's not there.
Marvin, how long do you think it's going to take?
Let's say 5 weeks.
5 weeks. Okay.
I say they're working on their own. Everybody suspects them anyway. And that gives them time. And it's like everyone thinks, oh, they're definitely going to use that bomb. When in reality, they're working for ways to defuse it. Yeah,
And
wait-
and they've moved away from the power grid, and chances are a lot of this information is on computers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing, though. I mean, like, it could be they took some of the solar panels with them and found a way to rig it up to their bunker. Who knows?
Yeah.
We won't figure that out until maybe next time.
Mhm.
As we wrap up today, the summer is mostly gone, and autumn is just right around that corner, only a few short weeks away.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Mm.
scary thought, huh?
Ugh.
And that is what we'll pick up next time.
Sweet.
We done.
Hey,
We've
you're,
done
you're
something.
You're,
Yeah.
you're the one that keeps like bringing up the cult at the bomb. I'm just
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get
I
food
did
to
make the-
everybody.
No, I mean it's they're out there doing stuff. You know,
Yeah.
they're on their
Yeah.
we've set it in motion now.
They are literally off the grid.
I'm just saying that my group of bread makers has been working very hard to reestablish civilization.
Do you get that bread?
How about we just attack them and pretend the bomb's not there? I mean, I love that tactic. Let's just attack them.
Yeah.
Pretend it's not there. That sounds like
Maybe that's why they're disappearing.
modern history.
If it is the desire of the Elks Club to make them disappear, then that is something that the Elks Club can do. The House of Pawn has different concerns than this.
Oh my goodness. I was
We're in cahoots with them too. We must work fast.
Oh man, hey, the Elks Club, they're just trying to like make their elks and fly their money.
I mean, there's contempt from two different groups. So there's only 3 groups altogether. So who's the other
Yeah.
contempt from? You know,
Well, I was just sort of
general.
maybe the general population.
Yeah,
I was thinking,
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like I should have started a project as conspiracy theories.
oh,
Yeah.
All the poor
Ooh,
people. They got
rumors.
these 3 groups in control of everything, and they're just watching the show like, are we going to live through all of this?
Yeah.
So basically, Nick, are you saying that you're speaking for the Vox Populi? Is that what's happening? And
Yeah. I think that's my.
and Michael's
intent.
speaking for
Yeah.
the Elks Club.
Well, we can also swap it up anytime. You can.
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
go- yeah.
Yeah.
The
uh,
House of
super
Pawn is
good.
actually doing a reading of The Stranger in its original French next week. If you all want to attend,
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. The Elks Club was just real busy then.
it
so we just
promises
can't
to be
make
a
it.
really
Sorry.
depressing time for all.
Yeah, we got
We
we have
found a
fire
stash of
engagement.
cigarettes.
Sorry, we have the caribou, the annual caribou ride that we're doing, so we just can't make it.
Hey, but let us put this out there. We also found some drive vermouth.
Okay, maybe we'll stop by then.
well, thanks for putting this on because I was very entertained. I was watching this whole thing. Everything went swimmingly. It looked cool on this side. I got to see you using the tools that you have there, and you guys went through I mean, I think only 2 of you have played this before, so this is super cool that how linear it can be in at least how easy the rules go through and how non-linear the story goes. It's pretty dope. So thank you to Avery Alder for creating this. So hopefully we will do. I know we're doing at least one more of this because we got to get through these seasons. So we're gonna make sure and finish this out. So we will be back in 2 weeks. We were gonna take next week off. I have some things to take care of. But we will be back in 2 weeks. We will pick up where we left off here. But go ahead and check out the link that's been popping up in the Twitch channel. It's buriedwithoutceremony.com. And you can find out all the stuff that they've put together, Avery and some other people that have helped out. And you can see the Quiet Year inside of there. So until those 2 weeks, or in the interim between today and the 2 weeks from now, Tuesday, pull up a chair and make time to tabletop.
Tabletop.
Keep it going, guys. All right, see y'all soon.
Good night, everybody. Hail Nuclear.